everyone, my name is Taylor Mackenzie and I am down at Colchester Aprilia today to ride the very first Aprilia RS660 that's in the country. I'm going to be riding it alongside the Kawasaki ZX6R today, and here's the bike. Let's get it out on the road. The Aprilia RS660 is powered by their all-new 660cc forward-facing parallel twin. Aprilia engineers have basically used the front two cylinders on the RS V4 to develop a 100 horsepower RS660 engine. The engine uses a 270-degree crankshaft design which gives it that unique sound, and Aprilia say it assists with traction. Unlike other middleweight bikes that are in this class that lack a full range of electronic aids, the RS660 is absolutely packed with them. The RS uses a 6-axis IMU that uses accelerometers and gyroscopes to measure the bike as you're riding it to control the electronics. The Aprilia RS660 benefits from traction control, cornering ABS, 5 different riding modes, 3 of which are for the street, 2 for the track. It has clutchless shifting via their bi-direction quick shifter, anti-wheelie and engine braking. The RS660 also gets cruise control as standard, which is not something typically associated with middleweight sport bikes.
I think this bike has been one of the most hotly anticipated of 2020, so for Colchester Aprilia to get their hands on it in November, they've done great, and I'm sure it's going to attract a lot of people to the showroom to have a look, and my first impressions of it, I must say, are great.
The Aprilia weighs 372 pounds dry, and they've managed to help keep the weight down with an aluminium frame that uses the engine as a load bearing element and an aluminium swinging arm. The bike uses a 41mm front fork. It also has an adjustable rear shock that shares the same mounts to the swing arm as the RS V4. You'll find Brembo brakes all around this bike with 320mm front discs. One of my favourite features of this bike is the fairing design that really mimics the RS V4 Superbike. The extra outer fairing helps increase downforce to keep the bike stable at speeds, and I really do think that it looks great. The RS also uses the triple front LED lighting setup from the RS V4. It has daytime driving lights as standard, it's got self-cancelling turn signals as well as cornering lights. The bike features a 5-inch TFT dash. It features Aprilia's new multimedia platform for smartphone connectivity, and it has new controls for easier navigation through the gauges as well.
We are also at a nice wet and windy airfield to really test these bikes in a straight line and see just how fast they can go. We've got the Kawasaki ZX6R, which weighs 193 kilos wet. It's got approximately 128 brake horsepower, and that's versus the Aprilia RS660, which weighs 183 kilos wet and has got roughly 100 horsepower at the crank. So it'll be interesting to see which one fares best on this drag strip, and we'll go give them a ride now.
Kawasaki did win in some areas. It had the faster engine, and I think if you took it on track today, it would be the outright winner in terms of speed. But that's not to say with the Aprilia, if you put some upgraded suspension in it, that it would feel a little bit stiffer and a little bit more user-friendly on a track. To summarise the two bikes, the Aprilia was the winner for me. The only way I can describe that engine is like riding a mini superbike. Normally a 600 involves screaming the engine as much as you can, and in practical real-world riding, you're never going to get the opportunity to do that around a town. So the Aprilia, no matter what gear you were in, was easy to pick the front wheel up, and that put a massive smile on my face riding the bikes.